It was more than in Atlanta. Yeah, it was around Morehouse. 100 black men. There was a group of men who would do that village thing with black boys, going, like young men. So that could be a solution. A group of men devoted to saving these jokers. But they're talking about all the things we've talked about they need to know. And trying to getting them to listen. Seeing that you can be successful if your pants ain't hanging down on your butt. It's not things like that. And you're not cussing every 2 minutes.
Right.
I mean, I see even a little girl this big, walking down the street talking about that. This. Oh, God. But it has become a term that is in music, it's on in movies. It's just like an everyday term now. And maybe that's the way to make it not so unacceptable. But to me, since I grew up and it was unacceptable, it's still unacceptable to me to hear it in the daily, I know comedians do it, and sometimes I accept that, especially the way they use it, the way they do it. But to hear it on the street all the time. And then when comedians did it, they knew it was considered X, and you only went if you knew you wanted to hear that kind of stuff. No. I told you once that you sometimes don't want to butt in when that's happening. But I was sitting on the bus once, and there were 2 young ladies sitting in front of me talking all this MF stuff, and I had to say, hey, let's hold on a minute. I said, oh, excuse me, Mr. They did understand, Somebody understands.
That's not saying that it takes a village. So when you butt in, they recognize that they're doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing. But
And she knew exactly what it was. I didn't have to tell her what it was, right? I just said, hey, please. Oh, I'm sorry. And she stopped doing it.
Yeah, good. And that's probably one of the problems too, is that we don't have that village sensibility anymore. Because everybody's so involved in their own life that they won't tap somebody else and say, easy with the MFs or the language, or tone it down a little bit.
What do you think about this generation of men?
Well,
I guess I'm of this generation.
You are?
I'll tell you one thing, it's easier to get women, because I hear a lot of women complaining that there's not enough decent men around. So, I guess I'm on the upside of this generation in that sense.
Because you are. Excellent.
That's a good thing. But I don't know what to think about it, honestly.
What is your story? Where you come from, how did you wind up? You got pretty much a success story from where you are now.
Are we talking about men again?
As a young man growing up?
I think me personally, I have 2 fathers. I have my biological father who I've always kept a relationship with, and who's always been in my life, as well as my mother who married, and I have a stepfather. And both of my parents all my parents have always been entrepreneurs, in the sense that they've always had their own businesses. So I've grown up watching them with their successes and their struggles. So I was able to see that. And I think that my fathers have been a great influence on me, teaching me, how to be and how to carry myself. One thing my father always says is the only thing you have is your name. So you should always keep your name clean and keep your name clear. I think my stepfather, his thing is always about etiquette and how you carry yourself, and then make sure that you treat other people as the same way that you would want to be treated, or treat other people's things as you treat your stuff. And that's it, really.
Excellent. Wow. Powerful.